We are all good. All right. So I'm going to begin the teachings. And what it is that you all have been watching the process of Elon Musk and Trump. And I have shown you over the last few years the relationship of King Trump and King Musk. I showed that that is exactly the way they see themselves and bring themselves into this world. So how you see it doesn't matter. This is about the demons that rule this earth, and they do rule. Ever since the fall of Adam and Eve, demons have ruled the earth, including Adam and Eve. So there is no process in which we have anything different other than Jesus the Christ. And that's a completely different boat, So we are in a process to where you are dealing with your covenant, with your teacher, Elon Musk and Donald Trump, and your attitude within your own consciousness that has them in it. So it's a process that we all have to kind of adjust to and deal with. And this is what we're coming up against right now. This is our situation.
Since that time, Satan has been much more covert in his operations, although from time to time it's unmistakable to understand what he is doing. As bad as it is now, as powerful as Satan is, as effective and successful as he is, there is coming a time in the future that will be vastly beyond this era, even at its very worst. There is coming a time when virtually all of hell will come to earth. And there will come demons with inevitable, overwhelming, virtually irresistible power and seduction. They will successfully drown out all the preachers who are proclaiming the gospel and calling people to come to Christ and come to God and come to heaven. When this time comes, the people who are alive at this time will already have had plenty of warnings. Powerful warnings, dramatic warnings, inescapable warnings from those who preach the gospel, the 144,000 Jews who are converted, as the book of Revelation tells us, from two witnesses described in chapter 11, from an angel flying in heaven who will proclaim the gospel across the face of the earth. There will be people converted and saved from every tongue and tribe and people and nation, as chapter 7 of Revelation says. So there will be a force of believers proclaiming the gospel. They will be martyred, many of them, not all of them. Some of them will come under the power of the Antichrist, and he will slay them, and they will be killed for the cause of Christ. But others will survive through that time in the future to enter into the kingdom of Christ when...
And this is all true. This is not some religious mumbo-jumbo shit. This is the truth, And all of your difficulty is the fact that you do not relate to the truth. You relate to delusion and illusion and assumption. Has nothing to do with the truth. The truth is a really, really big thing. Here's part of that truth. When Elon and Trump were made president, Satan took over. And in the Satanic Church, this is proven on the day of the election. Check this out.
Yeah, but there's been also that kind of concurrent understanding of a need for the kind of activities that the Satanic Temple are doing. Within hours of Trump being declared president, our membership numbers really spiked. And if we looked at the metrics for our website and other kind of web activity, it was like a straight line upward on election night. Yeah, but there's been also that kind of
So, and that's the truth. That's the truth. The modern generation, who is on average about 20 to 35 years old, are mainly Satanists from past lives, and they're back. And their process is that they have Trump as their God, but they don't believe in God. So the influence of Trump becomes the process in which humanity is declaring God, but in the form of Elon or the form of Donald Trump. So everything becomes very, very overwhelmingly biased. I had done a lot of work just prior to starting to teach, but I had problems in getting this to all be ready for me to teach. So I had to restart my software. And in doing that, everything that I prepared this evening for the teaching was erased. So I'm pretty much off the cuff right now. And that's just the way it's going to turn out. The atmosphere demonically is really high and very full. So the teaching is going to not last 45 minutes. It's going to be about 20 minutes. And because I don't want to give you teachings that I gave last time, and that's all I have left. I had brand new things put in that was to be a part of what I'm teaching, and it has all been erased. So, but that's just the way it works, and so that there we are. So what I'm going to point out is a few facts, and you need to look them up. One is that the stock for Elon Musk Tesla stock is incredibly overvalued, and it will find that out within 1 year. It will go from the massive overvaluing, which allows it to go up to, in his mind, $900, $700. That's where he sees it. He sees that he's going to make everybody rich who buys his stock. To him, they're buying into heaven. And they're going to become rich, because that's what happens when you buy into heaven. When Satan's telling you all that stuff, and he happens to desire to be the richest man on earth, the only thing he can give you is what he desires. And he thinks that that's what you want, that's what you need, which is money, a lot of it. But it's the opposite. He's going to take your job away, he's going to get rid of your money, and he's going to make it impossible for you to, and all people, to properly exist. Medical help, science, the ending of cancer, you could throw that out the window. Us catching up with, the greenhouse effect and the destruction of planet Earth, and all the work we put into it since the 1960s, you can throw that out the window. The Environmental Protection Agency, no, they want to get rid of it. The Educational Division, they want to get rid of it. The VA, they want to get rid of it. Anything that has to do with helping humanity. The food programs, all of that, they want to get rid of it. But they found out it's not that easy to get rid of this stuff. There are laws that put them into place. And there has to be laws that take them out. You got to do everything according to laws, not just because some demon in the White House strokes his pen and then his other demon wields power that he wasn't elected to do, and has the ability to fire hundreds of thousands of necessary people in service to society. These are only people in service to society. So that's where we're at. But they're the ones who are going to pay. We're not going to lose these jobs. I'm going to save these people. I'm going to cause all the judges and everybody to stand up strong. I'm going to cause society to stand up strong and get rid of Tesla. Get rid of everything they do. Yeah, boycott it. Boycott Starlink. Boycott Tesla. Boycott each car. Boycott the support of Elon and his SpaceX. Boycott it all. It's already happened. If you go to Germany, which he has one of the biggest manufacturing plants, it's 50% under functioning. In other words, it's not producing. Because the people that go there hate him. They're not being paid well. They're being disrespected. They're being asked to work hours that are inhumane. And they're a union, which is something he would have never done. And then he went on into their country and broadcasted live during a political process of reinitiating Hitlerian politics into Germany. And said, don't feel guilty about Hitler's past behavior. Go forward. And then he did the Heil Hitler salute. Right here in America. Why? Because he is a ketamine addict. And when you're on ketamine, you get Messiah attitude. You think you're the ruler of the world. And you think everybody loves you and wants you to do what you're doing, which is where he's coming from in his head. He's been doing ketamine every single day for over 12 years. That's a long time addiction. And he's now at the peak of complete mental breakdown. You see him wielding, a chainsaw in another country for a very bad, corrupt political organization. He's trying to bring them into power. And then we find him standing in the Oval Office right next to the president, telling the president what to do, making laws and all kinds of things. Goes to the Pentagon and is given secret information about the war that we are planning on China and how he'll be involved. Yep, that happened. That happened. But he's going to pay. He's going to lose all things. One thing he's going to lose is his money. His stock will go down to $28 a share. Now, I know hundreds of thousands of people will lose their homes, their lives, all the money they ever put into their economy, hoping and believing that Elon is going to make them wealthy. It's the best stock in the world. If you have some, you should never get rid of it. Well, even his own employees are getting rid of it. Even major stockholders who own millions of shares are selling. And that's why it's going down. And he went to the board meeting with all of his employees, as many as possible, and told them and asked them, please don't sell your shares. I'll make you rich. You'll go to heaven because of me. He said that. A Faustian bargain. A deal made with the devil right there on live TV. And the employees didn't buy it. They knew he was lying, doing the same thing he's done all along. Ketamine shit. Yep. So they're burning up Teslas and they're destroying. And then he says, oh, that's because of this and that. But it's because of him. He did the same thing to Twitter. He's been doing the same thing to all of his Tesla companies, firing people, thousands of people at a time, firing almost all the people out of Twitter as soon as he gets there. It's not new. What he did in D.C. is what he's been doing all along in all the companies that he's involved in. So what's happening now? One of the top shareholders of Tesla is asking for him to resign. And he will. I will force it. And he will not only resign, but he will lose all of his money. He will lose being CEO for Tesla. And as time goes on, within 3 years, he will lose being CEO for SpaceX because of drug addiction he cannot quit. He is psychologically impaired. He's taking the drug because he's psychologically impaired. What else is Trump on? We know he's a coke freak. Not coke you're drinking, but coke you're snorting. He snorts Sudafed all the time. Yeah, and then he takes downers and uppers and you name it. He's on it. And he's downing 8 to 10 Coca-Colas a day. Just for the caffeine. Because he can't get enough. He can't get enough drugs. And that's the President of the United States and his cohort. These two people here. Very impressive. I'm going to try and pull one thing, see if I can pull it together here. Let's see. Here we go. And I have, this is the person who asked for him to resign.
His head, and I just don't see him.
Today we're swapping the.
And he's one of the most powerful people in the world now, and it's definitely gotten to his head, and I just don't see him changing and going back. I actually think he's completely neglecting Tesla at this point.
So that raises another interesting issue, which is, do they have a succession plan there? I'm not saying he's going to leave Tesla, but does he have people to mind the store while he's gone?
Well, this is exactly why I'm upset, because all the people that were minding the store from 2 years ago got fired. And there's a whole new team of people running Tesla at this critical period of time. And so he's made himself indispensable for Tesla. The team before, with Drew and Zach and Martin, they easily could have been running Tesla and doing a great job. And if anything, I think Elon should appoint a new CEO to run Tesla so that he can just focus on what he's doing in the government and also separate himself from Tesla, which is this great company that's trying to solve climate change, is now associated with Elon in such a negative fashion that it's destroying the sales of their main product, which is selling EVs. So, something's got to change, and I think it's going to happen this year. And he's one of the most powerful.
And that's a fact. And this is his main people. These are the people who own the stock. Yeah. So he's going to walk in and tell the shareholders this is what's on his mind. He's on TV telling the world and all the shareholders what's on his mind and what needs to happen for the betterment of the company, not for Elon Musk, but the betterment of the company. And then in the end, the stock will be devalued to its real value, which is no higher than $50 and an average of $20 to $25, which is where it will sit till the end of time. So no delusions here. This is how it's going to come down. I'll see if I can find one more thing, and then we're going to go ahead and close this teaching. This is here another small event in relationship to Elon. He is high on ketamine all the time. He says shit, just like Donald Trump, because they're both addicts, drug addicts. Yeah. And so Elon just decides he's going to say something negative about crypto that he advertised and got people to buy.
Managed to piss off a lot of his crypto bro fans around this time as well, as he tweeted a meme where he broke up with Bitcoin and the coin fell by 50%. Could you imagine having your life savings in Bitcoin and losing massive value because some guy tweeted a meme? I think I would just give up on crypto if that happened to me.
That happened. And then he gets rid of veterans. Now just imagine, and I've done this because I'm a veteran. I served in both the Navy and the United States Marines. As a conscientious objector, try that out someday. But I did that. Yeah, so I know the truth. Yeah, and when a person goes into the military, you sit down with your recruiter, and the recruiter starts telling you all the benefits that you get from joining the military. You'll get VA benefits for the rest of your life. You will get hospitalization, no insurance necessary. You will be covered. Housing, you'll be able to get mortgage for a house at an extremely low cost, usually $1 down payment. You'll be taken care of, not just by VA benefits and hospitalization, but your PTSD and so many things that will happen, and your training and all the things that they're talking to you about when you're ready to go into the military. So you go in, you serve your time, you come back with a missing arm, a missing leg, blind, but you definitely come back with PTSD. And you can't talk to your family, you can't talk to friends, everybody scares you, and you can't explain it. Because you were in the military, and very few people go through that process. So there has to be a recovery process for that. And we have to take it incredible honor toward these people who do this. You go in serving your country and you put your life, limbs, and well-being on the line, only to return home to uncertainty about whether the services and support promised to you will still be there tomorrow. Because of Doge, all those things are being cut. This is exactly how thousands of American veterans around the nation are feeling right now. Recent budget cuts at the Department of Veterans Affairs, paired with the aggressive cost-cutting measures of Doge have sent shockwaves and anger through the veteran community. And he wonders, why are they attacking me? Why do they hate me? Well, suicide, that's one thing. Yeah. Loss of a job, well-paid government job that you thought was cream. It was going to be your life. Your retirement was there. Your family was going to be happy. You were going to be a supportive provider for your family. Well, Elon doesn't do that. He has 14 kids and how many women that he's had sex with. And come to find out, none of those kids come from having sex. And that's really strange. That he would literally go through the process to inseminate children into the women that he's not even going to take responsibility of. Why? What's the reason for that? He's crazy. He's crazy. But he's cut not only these budgets, and he's harmed the veterans. He's destroyed the education system. So we have sound now. Yeah, that should do it. Okay. Yeah, I'm the technician too. I'm the guy who has to fix the microphone. So anyway, that is the situation that, they're with Elon and with Tesla, and there won't be most of what we're watching, is going to be destroyed. Because it's trying to do something to destroy you, to destroy our society, to destroy, what we count on. Yeah. Social Security. Do you ever imagine someone taking that away and saying that it's a scam, a Ponzi scheme? That's what Elon said. That's why he's getting rid of it. Because we're not smart enough. And to get rid of education, to get rid of scientific research on cancer for children, to get rid of ecology, to throw out the safety net in relationship to our forest, allowing us to have very large pieces of land that are kept natural so we can go and enjoy our natural environment in our society of America. A beautiful, beautiful place. That's all being sold right now by Trump. Selling off the trees, selling off land, what used to be the forestry system of protection, BLM. But it's not going to work. It's all going to be stopped because we have law, and we have understanding, and we have wisdom. And we have the heart that put those things into our law, into our situation, to where we have these benefits in our society. And they're not that great. There needs to be more. I pointed that out over the last 3 years, that we need childcare, we need all kinds of things that would raise us up to a standard, a social standard of humanity. And that happens to be what was going on, where we were going, what we were moving into slowly but surely. But we're at the edge right now to where we're up against the devil. The devil's in the office working hard and trying to get as many people as possible to join him. That's not working. There's a boycott. There's anger. There's a truth. And these people are standing up. So let's do a meditation. Oh, looks like I gotta get that one in there. Just a second. Okay, so we're going to do a meditation listening to A Soul I Walk on Earth. So let's just relax and listen to every word that's being said. It's important. Okay, now we're all going to do Om this time. Got my little bowl. Okay, let's start with Om. Ready?
I am a messenger of light. I am a pilgrim on the way of love. I do not walk alone, but I know myself as one with all great souls, and one with them in service. Their strength is mine. This strength I claim. My strength is theirs, and this I freely give. A soul, I walk on earth. I represent the One. The will of God moves the world. The past has gone. I am that past. It makes me what I am. The future comes. I also am the coming destiny, and therefore I am that. The present flows from out the past. The future colors that which is. I make the future also by my present knowledge of the past and the beauty of the present. And therefore I am that I am. within the circle of the will of God I stand. Without the radius of the world of glamour, I take my place. And there I stand. Before the open door that just reveals a different lighted way, I take my stand. Before the presence, I will take my place, and there will firmly stand. And stand I see. Love is the incentive of our aspiration on the path. Love is the substance of our living in the world. Love is the light and the light of freedom from all creatures. Love pulses through the universe in a divine rhythm. Love is the consciousness of God. May the holy ones whose disciple I am show me the light I seek. May all mankind, may all humanity of all knowledge, may all light on earth make manifest the soul in all things, all life. I invoke the radiant golden sun to manifest the thread of the soul into the kingdoms of the elementals, into the kingdoms of the vegetables, the animals, into the astral plane. I invoke all humanity to become the caretakers of the kingdom of God. I invoke the will of God as the soul. I stand before the judgment seat of my soul. I am that soul. All love and light am I. I serve the world and lose myself in service. This is my life, and this is the way that I will tread until the day be with us all. race of humanity, the family of humanity, to bring forth points of energy within themselves, inaugurating certain new techniques in work and in modes of communication. I invoke the group of telepathic communicators. I invoke the group of trained observers. I invoke the group of magnetic healers. I invoke the group of the educators of this new age. I invoke the group of political organizers. I invoke the group of the workers in the field of religion. I invoke the group of scientific servers. I invoke the group of psychologists. I invoke the group of financiers and economists. I invoke all creative workers as the new group. I invoke the externalization of the inner existing of conditions within these groups through the manifestation and the externalization of the avatar.
Okay, just relax. Take it easy. I'm going to try and find one more of the teaching videos that I had put together earlier. And let's just see. Okay, so I don't know if I'll be able to get this together for you. So I'll just include it in my, I will. I'll include it in my next teaching. Hopefully nothing will go glitch again, so that's just the way it is. All right, so thank you very much for attending, and this is it for the teaching for this evening. And again, be aware, be aware of what's going on. Spend your time realizing that the devil's in the office, and there are not just one, there are many, and they are called Legion, and they're no joke. And you've been under the wily power of that process for a long time. And now I'm externalizing it and putting it into process which you can help me with. And you could start boycotting and letting go of a lot. And we'll see the change in the world. All right. Thank you very much. Please help all your friends and neighbors. Help your family. Give everybody an opportunity to change and trust that they're going to change.